Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats, powered by the College of Southern Nevada. Each week, we'll be featuring business owners and entrepreneurs that will provide their personal recipes for business, powerful conversations, and knowledge of the business world. We amplify the stories of various backgrounds, cultures, and expertise. Our self-identity is as diverse as our social community. We cultivate a community of like-minded individuals that share their different perspectives, broadening our worldview. Are you ready? This is the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Welcome back to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats, here at the College of Southern Nevada, the North Las Vegas campus, under the operations of MV Grow. I am your host, Sean Torrey, with our DJ Icebreak.
DJ Icebreak.
Yes, sir. Our topic of today is called Liberating to Your Financial Future, with a special guest. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today we have another sensational, visionary, inspirational, impactful guest among us today. Our guest today has been in financial services for over 15 years. His goal is to educate our community on how money works and close the wealth gap. Come on now, trying to close that wealth gap. Through financial education, mentoring, and uplifting each other, we will successfully duplicate the Black Wall Street effect in all of our communities. Okay? Ladies, gentlemen, and without further ado, the financial guru, the educator, the mentor, the CEO and founder of Karl Financial Professionals, Mr. Marcus Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, good sir? How you feeling? Come on.
Good.
You feel good? You feel powerful?
Yes, sir.
Come on now. So tell the people about yourself, good sir. We talk about finances today. What's going on, sir?
Well, money is important. Like, anybody who says money is not important.
Oh, they lying.
They lying.
They lying.
They never had any. So, you know.
I didn't have a whole lot growing up, but money does feel good in the pockets right now. You know what I'm saying? They do feel good. I don't tell myself I'm broke, but I still move like it.
That's one of the smartest things.
Yeah, because I used to say that all the time. Oh, I'm broke. I never was when I got older. But I just always said that, but I said I needed to stop saying that, because then I eventually did go broke. But now I'm on the up. God willing, thank God, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the up. But started investing my money smartly. But you're here to talk about that. So please, tell us about Karl Financial Professionals. Please tell us what's going on, sir.
Me and my wife has been in finance for the last little over 15 years.
Salute to the queen. She's right here.
Queen Carmen.
Come on now.
My wife.
Come on now.
I love it. I love the fact that you can bring something that hasn't been in, and I'm pro-black all day. Mm-hmm. And I'm pro-love, I'm pro-everybody, but I'm pro-black, for real. But I like bringing some resources to our community that hasn't been there for a while. Mm. And when you add that equation, learning about money and finance and how our dollar is important, you add that to the equation, start educating people, then things change rapidly, right, into the direction that we want them to change. So, yeah, I'm excited. I love it.
So tell us a little bit about you. Like, where'd you come from? Tell us about yourself.
So I live in Chicago, Illinois.
Ooh,
I came all the way here to talk to my brother.
Man, appreciate you, man.
It's a wonderful podcast. I've been living in Chicago all my life. Grew up kind of like everybody else. Had a stern mama, stern daddy. Both of them were together. Raised in the church, and have a lot of traditions in our families. But I started to watch my mom and dad, as lovely as they are, two wonderful people, right? I love them to this day, love what they taught me. But I saw them argue a lot about finances. Everything that came up, it had something that it always led back to finances or lack of finance.
Right.
And it eventually led to them not being together anymore.
I'm sorry about that.
There when it happened. It was probably one of the best things that could happen to them, right? They're still cordial. They still are awesome to each other. But that just led down the road that I knew I didn't want to lead down to. But I've also watched other people get led down that road also. Mm-hmm. So just knowing that was a cancer on my mom and dad's relationship, I vowed not to let that happen to me. Right. And anybody I talk to,
talk to.
I'm not to let it happen to them either.
So talk about your journey, especially with your lovely queen here. Mm-hmm. about the financial industry and what led you all to come together with this great company.
Let me be all transparent. What led me to this? I am not a finance. I was not a finance major or finance guru in the beginning. I was a bill collector. Right? That was my profession.
Oh, you was the one I was avoiding back in the day.
I was the one I was avoiding too.
Oh, good
my
Lord.
name came across the screen a couple times. And I learned a lot about money and how people act when it comes to owing money. Like I did that for 10 years.
Right.
So it kind of irked me. It scared me. It almost scared me because I like money. I made a lot of it. By the end of the month, I didn't have any.
Yeah.
And you always try to figure out, you want to ask questions, but then that means you got to look in the mirror. Right. And sometimes guys don't want to look in the mirror. Just, all right, we'll do it next month.
Right.
So it became a habit of spending without having anything at the end of the month.
Right.
And I would walk away with $4,000 or $5,000, $10,000 bonuses just by being a good bill collector.
Right.
But at the end of the month, have nothing. That is not normal. That you're not having.
He was up here splurging. What's wrong with you?
Splurging, buying stupid stuff. She was next to me too. She was spending a little bit too, but eventually you have to look yourself in the mirror.
Right.
You got kids looking at you. You got people that are kind of asking questions. Not that I care what other people think.
Right.
But it's important that you get educated on money.
Yes.
Right. And I learned that. So I got involved in this industry, the financial services industry, just for the simple fact that I wanted to get out of that industry, the bill collecting.
The bill collecting. Got you.
And her sister's husband approached me and said, look, you all making some good money. First, you all need to become clients and learn how to save, right? Save the right way, learn how to retire. You don't want to get to retirement and find out you got to eat ramen noodles for the rest of your life.
Right.
And I said, yeah, cool. And then he said, would you like to kind of have a little bit more control over your time and your income? Because I was making good money, but I wasn't spending any time with my family. Right. I was getting home grumpy because I was getting cursed out all day, and it was not a good thing.
Right.
So I said, yes, of course. Didn't know what I was walking into, right? If I had kind of known the way I am, I probably wouldn't have walked into it so fast, but I'm glad I did. And we haven't looked back since. The financial services industry is a very good industry to be in for our people because, we need to be involved in the wealth transfer. Right. The wealth transfer is happening now. It started about 6 or 7 years ago, and it's the biggest amount of money ever exchanging hands right now. Right. And if we're not a part of it, we're going to get left behind, and everyone else is going to take advantage of it, and we have no excuse. So I got kind of went a different way.
No. Yeah. You good. Yeah. So that started the journey.
Yes.
And what year was that?
That was 2000 I met you in 2001. It had to be 2004 or 5. That was 2005.
So then how did the Great Recession affect your business? Because this is before, so I'm going far back. So how did the Great Recession affect your business? Because we're going to get to the pandemic shortly.
It is amazing. Right. Okay. I'm glad you just said that. So I won't go to that. But it's amazing how I picked such the right industry. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little...
You got some water right there. Go ahead.
Thank you.
And quench your thirst, sir.
I picked the right industry because it's recession proof.
Oh, okay.
Right. When things are funny with people's money, they want to get advice on their money. Right. When things are going excellent, they want to make more. Right. They want to keep it going. So we've experienced the best parts of the recession and then the best part of the booms that happen. Right. And being in the right place at the right time is always a good thing. But being in this industry is always the right place at the right time.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes sense or not.
No, that does make sense. So then leading into the pandemic. So now we're fast forward to the pandemic. What happened?
Pandemic was, I've never seen, 42 years old I am. I've never seen anything like the pandemic happen.
Oh, man. Imagine how we felt. Being from Vegas, that was the first time we ever seen the lights go black. Ooh. Like growing up here, we done seen Summerlin grew, Aliante grew. I remember there was nothing back there. Like there was nothing but coyotes. Oh. And then that's how we grew up, right? Yeah. And then to see the city black, I kid you not, some of the best photographers were out there taking pictures.
I believe it.
We were bike riding. Like we was doing all the things we couldn't do. I could bike ride on the strip. I'm on there. So I can only imagine. So the financial planning. So was it a great thing at the time, or where did it lead to?
So we have an office right by Midway Airport in Chicago, and every week our office will be filled up, like trainings and clients and associates. And when the pandemic hit, then it switched big time. Like no one came into the office.
Man,
we got a little worried, like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do?
Right?
Are we gonna have clients that come in? Are we gonna be able to pay the bills? And it was an amazing journey to go down when we figured out that around the pandemic time, the industry that we do, insurance is also included in what we do.
Okay, so you guys got the insurance included.
Yes.
Okay.
So people were scared, right? People were scared that they may get affected with the virus and not live long enough. So everyone was trying to get insurance. So our business almost quadrupled around that time with no one coming into the office. So it was kind of a weird thing. We were like, is this supposed to happen? But it was an amazing experience because number one, people got a lot more education on insurance.
Come on now.
Leaving a legacy for their families.
Come on now.
That's what I preach. And number two, maybe I should say this right. She likes a lot of people in the office.
Okay.
I don't. So it was an amazing experience just to sit back and kick. My little girls, they take the conference room and just watch movies all day. And Karma was sitting work her butt off, and I was sitting just appreciating and thank God that we're experiencing this in a positive way.
I know that feeling.
It was lovely.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Lovely. See, that's beautiful though. So then the question I have for you, because normally we talk about the recipe. What's our recipe, right? So then my question for you is,
sure,
can you think of a time that you planned something and it didn't go accordingly? How did you make it work?
Oh, that's like every day. Opening up our office. That was a stretch. You know, it took us an hour to get to our other office, someone else's office, and we just decided to share. And my wife, she's smart and brilliant as she is, 5 minutes from our house, she passed an office and had the for rent sign, and she said, let me just call. Literally a week later, we had our office. Didn't know what to do, no furniture,
no
bill.
Come on now.
Me and her are adamant with praying. I'm so I'm glad I got a mama that I got and a daddy that I got. They taught me how to pray, talk to God, make sure you listen to that voice and follow his lead. Right. And while you move, while you're moving. And we did that. We took it in faith, got the office, didn't know where we were going to get the finance. We had a little money, but we had to rebuild the whole office.
Right.
And got it done. Man, right? Got it done. It's amazing. Yeah.
So what are some things that you experienced that could have worked in theory, but didn't go that way in practice?
Ooh, anytime you put human beings in the equation, you always think something's going to work out, and 9 times out of 10, it never does.
I like the fact that you put humanity in the situation. Human beings.
But a lot of the times it works out better.
Right.
And I have a good friend, Alex. I tell her all the time.
Salute to Queen Alex. Salute to her.
We have our plan, and then there's God's plan.
Come on now, talk about that recipe.
And we can have a plan all we want to, but God's plan is usually bigger and better.
That's that recipe.
Come on. So I try my best to still keep moving forward, not being stagnant. I used to be raised in a church where a lot of the saints used to say, just wait on God.
I wait on God, man.
And in my head, that translated to, okay, well, let me go home and sit on the couch because God's going to
write my lap. No.
How you gotta faith without works is dead.
Yeah, it's dead. So you gotta go put that work in.
Yes, sir.
Amen. See, thank you for that, good sir. Because, I got to do this to you. You know, I got to get ready to do it to you, sir. I got to put you in that hot seat, young sir. I'm so sorry. So this segment, we provide in-depth questions, and it's quick questions. So you got to be able to answer. Don't think too much.
Yeah.
I promise it ain't going to be terrible. It's not going to kill you.
I got you.
You promise?
Yes.
All right. First question for you for the hot seat. Whole life insurance or your employer's insurance?
Whole life, all day.
Ooh, whole life. I wholeheartedly agree. Second, because I know you ain't with neither, but New York Life or Primerica?
Oh, can I pick neither?
Yes, you can. Say go to yours.
Let me explain that.
Explain that.
Both of them are good company. Any companies that offer insurance to our people are good companies to me, period.
Right.
Just when you put your money towards something, you want to get the best of the best.
Agreed. Come on. Talk about the best of the best. So next question. Bitcoin or Forex?
Not too long, right? Bitcoin.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Why Bitcoin?
Bitcoin came out first, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And just the growth in the beginning. I know everything was up and down, but the growth in the beginning was kind of steady.
Yeah.
So it has more longevity in it. They're almost, I'm not the Bitcoin or Forex expert.
Right.
But from the research, they would kind of be,
Okay.
Bitcoin will kind of be the top for me.
Top for you. So next question. Stock market or savings account?
Depends on the age, man.
Depends on the age?
Yeah, stock market's for people who got time to risk money in the stock market.
Right.
Savings account is good to have, but you don't want to put your retirement in there and not make it work for you.
Not make it work for you, right? So then my follow-up question to those two, what about crypto?
So I ain't a crypto expert. I got a buddy, his name is Mr. Jarrell, that he's doing this research on this, so I'm gonna be asking him a lot of questions. My side of the industry, we don't.
Right. Your side, you don't do it.
Right.
But yeah, shout out to the good brother, Jarrell Roberts, good frat brother 06 to the good brother.
My man.
Shout out. So, but you made it through the hot seat. So it wasn't too bad.
Wasn't too bad
I
at all.
I promised you it wasn't that bad. So then my next question for you, actually not the next question, we're actually going to the next segment, because now we talked about a little bit with the recipe.
My man.
But now you got to give me
You
that
don't got no
sauce.
sauce there.
Okay.
You're lost.
Because you may get lost in the sauce just a tad.
Get lost in the sauce.
So this gives us more insight of our guests, where we ask, all right, like, what's your special ingredient for your business? You tell us why nobody can replicate what you do. So, Mr. Hill, tell us what makes Karl Marx Financial Professionals a business nobody can duplicate.
Okay. So Karl Marx Financial Professionals is just a business entity where we had to open up our financial services business.
Right.
Nothing, even though Karl Marx is Carmen and Marcus, our names put together. It's kind of weird, but it's cool.
Got you.
What makes us a little different is my wife is Hispanic, right?
Okay.
And I'm African American. She focuses on the Latino community. I focus on the African American community.
Come on.
We have a
Bring the black and brown folks together. Come on.
my man. We have a special, what I've been working on for the last 2 years is something called Celebrating Black Wall Street.
Yes.
And it not only teaches our community how money works, money and finance, and then how to use our dollar to bring our community up.
Okay.
But it also celebrates wonderful Black kings and queens such as you,
Man, thank you.
that are doing some life-changing, amazing things in our community that's building us up. We want to duplicate that in every state. So everyone that has a specialty in each state, we want to make sure we get them on Facebook Live or podcast.
Yeah, talk about that, because I know you were telling me the other day you do this series where you bring folks live.
Yes.
And I have to shout you out. You changed your flight, because we talked a week ago, and you changed your flight and you came out to an event that I had on Thursday.
Yes.
So thank you for coming. I appreciate that, by the way. So
Let me touch on that event.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, so my brother Sean, if you've ever been to one of Sean's events, then what I'm about to say now, you'll understand. I got emotional. I told my wife the other day, I literally haven't cried since my last daughter was born. Man. I actually cried at that event in front of some grown men, and I didn't feel bad about it at all.
No, you weren't the only. I held back tears. I had a couple dudes who called me and was like, "Bro, I'm still emotional from that." Man, salute to the kings that came. Honestly, huge shout out to Patrina. Huge shout out to Sylvester and Quentin. It was really Patrina. So the young queen that you saw, she called me. She calls Quentin and Sylvester, and was like, and another gentleman, I believe. She called us and was like trying to get us together to do this, because she was like, well, I'm not a male, I'm not a black man, but I want to create a safe space for black men. So she was like, Sean, I know you facilitate, you know what you doing this whole circles thing. Can you let's meet? Can I get all y'all together? Let's meet. So I was like, all right, let's talk. So when we did talk, they were like, all right, should we do a panel? Should we do open door? I'm like, no. We need to do restorative and transformative circles. And they were like, Prachina was like, oh, okay, I seen you do it, cool. The other gentleman was like, do you think older men would be down for that? I was like, if you say it at the very beginning, you let the foundation know and it's all love, they're going to be cool with it. That's it. And they weren't too familiar with restorative circles and transformative circles. So I had to explain it.
Me neither.
And I had to explain it. And it's actually, for folks who don't know, and I'll tell you because it relates to what this is, right? What we do. It's an appropriated approach. Right. It came from our indigenous folks from Nigeria, from Ghana, from El Salvador, from Black and brown folks. So this is naturally what we do, right? And Dr. Tanya Walls, who's my professor in my PhD program, salute to her. This is my second year in my PhD program. I've been silently I've been doing restorative work forever and didn't know it. Fire. I just didn't do circles and implemented it. And she's been telling me for years, Sean, you should do circles. And I was just like, what do you mean? But once she really trained your boy, it changed the game for me. Yeah. And I was like, okay, now I know what to do. So I've been doing it for a while and folks just didn't know. So when we did it that night, I was like, trust me, bro, it's gonna go fine. It's fine. It was amazing. Fine. And I appreciate you coming. Like, I saw you walk in like we was in the middle of the paper socks scissors war. Yeah, it was dope.
I came in late. I had to figure out my GPS coming down to Las Vegas. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with GPS, but I was good. I finally made it, and I'm so glad. The reason why I cried is because the thought came to my head that I almost missed it. And that was an experience. That was a defining moment experience. If I had missed that, then my life wouldn't have been changed the way it was when I got there.
Thank you, man.
Brilliance.
That's the same line of work that you do, right? It's all about liberating. It's all about debunking systems that we're used to, that we were set into, that we get comfortable in. And a huge part of that within our communities is money and finances, right? It is. So like, how does that, like bringing it back to the fold of your sauce, right? Like what's your special ingredient for your business? What's the special ingredient?
Hard work, of course.
Come on.
Being able to get out to as many people as possible. It's about speed, but not sense of urgency, but not so much speed. Right. So everyone needs education on money and finance. I don't care whether you're rich, wealthy, or middle America.
Right.
Everyone can benefit from it, and it's getting out to the masses as quick as possible, connecting with everybody as quick as possible.
Got you. Come
part of the sauce.
That's a part of the sauce. Yeah. He said, see, he's trying to get y'all in. Reel you in now. Give you the bait now, reel in. That's all we have to do. But thank you for giving us that sauce. You get lost in the sauce.
You also get lost in the sauce.
So, we want to thank you for that. Thank you for just giving us all this for this episode. We definitely needed it, especially talk about liberating our financial future, right? And we want to toast you during our last segment, which is the happy hour, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we give a toast between the guests and the host on the success of what's going great in your business. So, but before we do that, I didn't prepare what I needed to. But Sarah, could you grab two of these for me? It's gonna take some time. Oh, that Lupe Fiasco beat though. Salute to Icebreak. We got some gifts for you. I'm gonna give you more. I didn't prepare the bag. I'm so sorry. But I got this gift for you and everyone that's in the building. But we're gonna give some gifts for you right quick before we proceed. Yep. Two of these things. Thank
nice.
you. Yes. I needed an excuse to get you in the camera. Nice. Dang, get in the camera. Come on. Stop being shy. There we go. This is for you, good sir.
Thank you.
I got more, and this is for the queen. There you go. Get
I love it.
Come on now. You officially been to the bed. You know what I'm saying? We had to put that in there for you. So, as we grab our nice apple cider, and what's that right there? What's that?
See.
What was that?
What had happened was...
What happened?
I got a little thirsty early. I'd have messed up the whole flow.
It's okay. That's the nice little water that we had, right? That's what, or I forgot what it is, but it's not alcohol beverage. So it's okay. So, what is something that's going great for your business that we can toast to today?
Toast to bringing a lot of our black brothers and sisters, kings and queens together on a common goal.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So let's go ahead and give a toast to you. Success for your business. Toast my guy Icebreak. Make sure y'all tap that table. Y'all know the rules. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Marcus Hill, thank you. Thank you and your wife and your team for coming to the bid today. Please drop all your social handles. Tell the people where they can find you.
Facebook, you can look for me, Marcus Tracer Hill, or you can look for Celebrating Black Wall Street. We'll have a lot of interviews on there, a lot of information on what our next steps are and how we're moving in 2022.
Come on.
Where our people are headed for the future.
Come on now, talk to us. We want to thank you so much for coming on to the show. You came all the way from Chicago, all the way down here to the show. So, we got to play that good Watch the Throne, that Yeezy for you, good sir. So, thank you for joining the Business Information Buffet podcast where everybody eats. I am your host, Sean Torrey, with our DJ Icebreak.
DJ Icebreak.
And we are out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.